The car rolls into the shop sounding tired. The owner steps out and says, "It can't be that bad. I changed the oil when it started looking dirty." The mechanic pulls the drain plug and almost nothing comes out. The little that does come out looks like burnt syrup. The filter is clogged, the oil has turned into sludge, and inside that engine, metal has been rubbing on metal for thousands of miles. The crazy part is that the owner genuinely thought he was doing the right thing. He was following advice picked up from friends, forums, and quick lube stickers. That's the danger of oil change myths. They don't just waste your money, they quietly wear your engine out from the inside. Today, we're breaking down 8 oil change myths that are actually damaging your engine, and you'll probably recognize at least one you've believed. And the first one starts the moment you pull the dipstick. A lot of people pull the dipstick, see light brown oil, and assume everything is fine. Others see dark oil and panic because they think black oil automatically means it's bad. Both ideas are wrong. The color of your oil doesn't tell you whether it's still protecting your engine. Heat, detergents, and additives all change the color of oil long before its protective properties fade. In fact, darker oil can simply mean the detergents are suspending soot and tiny particles that would otherwise stick to engine surfaces. The bigger problem is the habit of waiting until the oil looks dirty before changing it. By the time it looks obviously bad, it may already be past its safe life, especially if you take short trips, idle a lot, or live in a hot climate. Those conditions break oil down faster, reduce viscosity, and promote sludge formation that blocks tiny oil passages. Your eyes are not a lab test. The only reliable way to know when to change your oil is to follow the maintenance schedule in your owner's manual or the car's built-in oil life monitor. Ignoring that schedule leads directly into the next myth that refuses to die. One of the oldest myths is the idea that you must change your oil every 3,000 miles no matter what. This rule comes from decades ago when oils were basic, engines were less efficient, and synthetic oil barely existed. Modern engines are engineered with far tighter tolerances, and modern synthetic oils are chemically far more advanced. Automakers now routinely recommend intervals of 5,000 to 7,500 miles, and many full synthetics are designed for 10,000 to 15,000 mile intervals when used exactly as recommended. Changing oil too often doesn't usually harm your engine, but it does harm your wallet. The real danger is people going in the opposite direction and assuming modern synthetic oil is so good that they can stretch intervals far beyond what the manual says. That's not true. Severe driving conditions, short trips, towing, long idling, stop-and-go traffic in summer heat, or regular hard driving break oil down faster. In those conditions, even synthetic oil oxidizes, thickens, and forms deposits more quickly. Stretching intervals then leads to timing chain wear, stuck rings, and sludge buildup. So the real rule is simple: follow your owner's manual, not a sticker on your windshield. Even when people get the timing right, they often fall for the myth that any oil with the correct viscosity is fine. Many drivers walk into a store, see several bottles of 5W30, grab the cheapest one, and assume all 5W30 oils are the same. They aren't. Viscosity is only one part of the equation. Modern engines require oils with specific additive packages and certifications, especially turbocharged engines and engines with delicate timing chain systems. Approvals like API-SB, ILSAC GF6, ACAC ratings, and manufacturer standards such as Dixo's VW 500-4507 or BMW LL01 exist for a reason. They control everything from deposit resistance to piston cleanliness, turbo protection, oxidation stability, and LSPI prevention in small turbo engines. Using an oil that matches the thickness but lacks the required approvals means your engine isn't getting the protection it was engineered for. Over time, that shows up as timing chain stretch, stuck rings, oil burning, or turbo wear. Matching the numbers on the front of the bottle is only step one. Matching the approvals in the manual is what actually protects your engine long term. The next myth sounds logical but ruins high-mileage engines every year: the idea that thicker oil is always better for older engines. You've probably heard someone say, "Your car has high mileage, switch to 20W50, thicker oil protects better." It feels intuitive, but it's wrong. Modern engines are engineered with extremely tight internal tolerances and oil passages designed around a specific viscosity. Pouring in oil that's much thicker than what the manufacturer recommends slows down oil flow, especially during cold starts. And cold starts are where most engine wear happens, if oil flows too slowly in those first sec. Critical parts like camshafts, lifters, bearings, and timing chains are not properly lubricated. Many modern engines also depend on precise oil flow for systems like variable valve timing and cylinder deactivation. All that's too thick makes those systems sluggish or triggers error codes. If an older engine is burning oil or leaking slightly, thick oil isn't a fix, it's a temporary bandage. The real solution is addressing worn seals, stuck rings, PCV issues, or gasket leaks. Stick to the viscosity your engine was designed for, unless the manufacturer specifically approves an alternative. Another myth that refuses to die is the idea that switching to synthetic oil will make an old engine leak. You hear this all the time: don't put synthetic in that old car, it'll leak everywhere. This myth is based on problems with early synthetic oils decades ago. Modern synthetic oils are fully compatible with engine seals and gasket materials. They don't eat seals or create leaks. What actually happens is that older engines often build up sludge from years of poor maintenance. That sludge sometimes blocks tiny cracks or hardened seals. Synthetic oil has better detergents and flows more uniformly, so it can wash those deposits away. When the sludge dissolves, the existing leak becomes visible. Synthetic oil didn't cause the leak, it just exposed it. Avoiding synthetic oil because of this myth means missing out on better cold start protection, better high-temperature stability, reduced oxidation, and longer drain intervals. Engine flushes and miracle additives are another area filled with myths. You've seen the bottles with words like flush, detox, and engine cleaner printed in bold letters. The idea sounds great: pour in a chemical, dissolve all the sludge, and your engine becomes like new. But this is risky. In a lightly contaminated engine, a carefully used flush from a reputable brand can help remove light varnish. The danger comes when someone pours a flush into a heavily sludged engine. Aggressive flush chemicals can break large chunks of sludge loose all at once. Those chunks can clog tiny oil passages, lifters, or the oil pickup screen, starving the engine of oil and causing catastrophic damage. Many flushes also thin the oil dramatically, leaving the engine underprotected if the car is run too long with the flush inside. Random aftermarket additives can also interfere with the precise chemistry of modern oils. The safest cleaning method for most engines is consistent oil changes with the correct high-quality oil and filter, and shorter intervals for a few cycles if the engine was previously neglected. Another myth that causes real damage is the idea that you don't need to change the oil filter every time. Some drivers try to save a few dollars by reusing the old filter. Inside that filter is soot, metal particles, burnt oil residue, and dirt. As the filter fills up, oil has a harder time passing through. If it clogs completely, the bypass valve opens and sends unfiltered oil straight into your engine. That grit acts like sandpaper on bearings, cam lobes, cylinder walls, and turbo shafts. Reusing a filter also mixes contaminated old oil into your fresh oil. Manufacturers expect and recommend that the oil filter be replaced with every oil change. Skipping it is one of the cheapest ways to shorten engine life. The last myth is one of the most dangerous, believing that if there's no warning light and no puddle under the car, the oil level must be fine. Modern engines burn some oil between changes, and some manufacturers consider up to a quart every 1,000 to 1,500 miles normal. The oil pressure light on your dashboard is not a low oil reminder. By the time that light comes on, oil pressure is already critically low and damage may already be happening. Waiting for a warning light is a guaranteed way to destroy an engine. Checking the dipstick takes 30 seconds and can prevent thousands of dollars in damage. It's especially important on high-mileage cars, turbocharged engines, and engines known for oil consumption. Oil changes seem simple, just draining an old fluid and pouring in a new one. But behind that simple job is a long list of myths that quietly destroy engines over time. Believing that color tells you everything, sticking to the outdated 3,000-mile rule, grabbing the cheapest oil with the right viscosity, thickening your oil for safety, avoiding synthetic out of fear, pouring in harsh flushes, reusing old filters, and never checking the dipstick because there's no warning light. Each one chips away at your engine a little at a time. The real way to protect your engine is straightforward. Follow the manual, use the correct oil and filter, pay attention to your driving conditions, and check your oil level regularly. Do that, and while other drivers argue about myths in comment sections, your engine will keep running smoothly mile after mile.